Beautiful souls, welcome back to the channel. I am Soul. This is Soul Therapy. I'm a medium and a divine channeler of spirit here on YouTube. These are purely mediumship-based readings, and I truly hope that they help you. So welcome back, Divine Feminine. I'm so grateful to have you here. You know why it is that you are here. Today we are looking at what it is that your future spouse loves and admires the most about you. Each pile will be followed by an extended, and the extended will consist of a channeled loving message from your future spouse, as well as the current energies surrounding your love life and the near future. So what is to come in your love life? And finally, what is your future spouse's current energy? So how is it that they are doing, and what is it that spirit will allow us to see about them, and anything that we need to know about their foreseeable future. So my beautiful Divine Feminine, as always, take as much time as you may need to pick and choose your piles. Take 3 deep breaths if you must, sink down into your body, and I will see you over at your piles. Beautiful souls, I haven't even started to shuffle any decks. I just finished recording the intro, and Spirit's like, you have a sense of humor. I don't know, maybe you're fun. There's Gemini energy here. I'm seeing someone with short blonde hair. It is a collective, so I could just be channeling a specific individual out here. But there's someone here who, 10 of emotions, is such fun to be around. It's like you have a sense of humor, and I think it requires brains to understand your sense of humor. You're smart, you're intelligent, you're witty, and you're fun. Wow, 10 of Pentacles. I feel like you're very hardworking as well. So Spirit is just sending in a description of you so far. Yeah, you're very hardworking, and it's like you have new ideas always flowing from, they're showing me the sacral chakra, so you could be very active in terms of creation. The sun, you're always authentic. Wow, this is beautiful. So you could, be creating from a place of intuition. You could be creating from a place of, like, the womb is what I'm genuinely seeing. So it feels like you kind of connect deeply to your subconscious, and you're able to understand what it is that you seek on earth, what it is that you want to see more of on earth. And this could actually be a tangible thing, because suddenly it's like I'm getting an energy in my left hand that I could actually physically touch. And so this could be something to do with femininity, or understanding a concept, but through femininity. So I don't know what this could be, if this is like a psychological or psychology-based knowledge. It feels like knowledge, and it feels like it's coming from the head region, which is where most of my energy is at the moment. But it's almost like there's a lot of energy at the throat chakra at the moment, and the way I'm speaking. So it's like you're a very clear thinker, very clear speaker, and you're very honest, okay? And it's like you might even bring light into, or shed light on, very difficult situations. So Divine Feminine, this could be your pile, and this could actually be a confirmation for you. So that's just something coming through. Your forward movement, Divine Feminine, is what is immediately jumping out at me energetically. So let's take a look here. What is it that your future spouse will adore about you? Angels of the highest and of the whitest light. What is it that this divine masculine, their future spouse, their divine counterpart, will adore about this divine feminine watching here? They keep on saying it. Their sense of humor. Oh my goodness, you make your future spouse laugh so much. I haven't gotten a card out yet, but my solar plexus is just shining. It's just full of energy. It's like you're a big ball of laughter, of energy, of fire. It feels like you're what's the energy I'm looking for? High energy being. Yeah, I'm getting a lot of energy coming from you, but it's almost like you might get drained from giving or over giving, so that might resonate. I know that a lot of us empaths, right, we give so much and we have so much love to give, but we have a hard time maybe receiving that same love in return. And it's almost like your future spouse is able to match that, and that's a confirmation coming through from, thank you. Okay, yeah, look at that. 10 of Wands in the reverse. 10 of Wands is kind of that burdensome, the carrying of the burden, and it's fire, so it feels like it happens often. And this is your future spouse saying, I love that you've placed boundaries. So this is a future energy already coming through, a very genuine message. And I strongly feel this coming from spirit, that your future spouse is a very genuine, divine masculine energy, okay? So they'll almost, there's a teacher energy here coming from your future spouse. So it feels like just as I was going to say, they observe you. Page of voices, page of swords right there. They observe kind of your different cycles. Okay, so you might be a feminine who goes through cycles. And of course we have our lunar menstrual cycle as women, or if you don't identify with being, a female, a woman, then for divine feminines, the lunar cycle as well. So with every moon shift, I can't find the word, every moon cycle, it's like you're very much affected. I think nature affects you very much, but you also somehow, oh my goodness, through all of these energies, the biggest theme is that you stay forward moving, divine feminine. You stay forward moving, you stay focused, you're attentive on your goals is what is coming through. Look at that, the Emperor, and you are so inspirational because of this to your future spouse. So I'm channeling the energy of a divine feminine who is, no matter your gender, right, who is so empowered. And I am just getting deja vu here. I'm getting strong deja vu. So empowered, self-focused, self-rising. So it's like, no one is going to tell you you're doing an amazing job but yourself. It's kind of that energy, right? Nobody is your greatest cheerleader but yourself. And I do feel like your future spouse is a cheerleader for you, your biggest support. And yeah, interesting. And it's something quite quirky, let's say, or unique about you is suddenly what I'm receiving. What they love about you, but also it's kind of that like, I love this about you, but because you are so hardworking and you're so self-empowered and you've had to do this alone for a long time. This is, the energy of a specific divine feminine coming through. So take it as it resonates. But because of that, and your self-empowerment and your strength, essentially speaking, your future spouse feels like they can't quite, I don't know if it's satisfy, it feels more like give to you or provide for you in the way that you need. But it's like you're so strong within yourself, divine feminine. They constantly find ways to perhaps match that. It's not an energy of over empowering that because it comes from the ego, but it feels more like, how can I match this beautiful empowered Empress energy that my divine feminine, my feminine counterpart exudes and practices. So it's like you not only, talk to talk, but you walk the walk. And I think that's something else that they absolutely adore about you and they admire about you. Look at that. It's like no matter what you're going through, no matter the day, no matter the tower moment, right, so to speak in tarot terms, you are still self-empowered, like you're still moving forward. Yeah, I'm seeing a feminine just put on combat boots and just fight. So you could resonate with your Arcturian frequency. For those of you who know, right, Arcturians are divine energy beings, starseed origin beings who are warriors, right? They are warrior beings fighting darkness. So yeah, I'm channeling their energy. You might love the color blue at this point. And they're sending us the Sun card as confirmation. So you're definitely a starseed. And you've done this before. You've been here before. But it feels like your soul, it's very ancient, okay? Your soul is very ancient. And it feels like you have unique powers about you. And I feel like your future spouse may not always understand what it is that you do or believe in, or you come across, like energies that you come across, but it's almost like I'm hearing unveiled. So you have this ability to unveil truths, and that full circle divine feminine that came through at the beginning of your reading. So yeah, straight from the solar plexus, you're able to conceive ideas, but as they come from within you, right? And that's kind of the seer, the high priestian journey, where if you're a medium yourself, or you're an empath, or you see essentially through your third eye, you're able to receive downloads that are not visible to the human eye within the third dimension. And so it feels like there are things you say, there are things you do that astonish your future spouse, your divine counterpart. And it's almost like, yeah, a way shower spirit is saying. So you move forward. You move energies forward. So I just want to finish this reading, Divine Feminine, by saying that your energy is so powerful. I'm hearing attractive, magnetic. Your energy is so powerful, and it really reverberates throughout energies, and not just on Earth, okay? Not just in your third dimensional layer. I mean, yeah, parallel live spirit is saying, like, there are almost, your energy goes all the way up to the fifth dimension and beyond. So it's like it really reverberates, goes up and down, and bounces back and forth. And so you have the ability to regenerate energy, is really what it feels like. And so what your future spouse loves is your aura, your magnetism, and just your ability to keep things moving, divine feminine. So it's not an energy to take lightly. It's, I think what you've been through is significant. And I feel like with the Sun card, you still somehow manage to maintain, is the energy, this sanctuary within, but as it also manifests outwardly. Perhaps in the home, like you create a lovely sanctuary, and your energy, whomever, if you have children, or the day you have children, with the Sun card coming through, if that does resonate with you, divine feminine, it's like you're a sanctuary, divine sanctuary coming through, and your energy is so loving, it's so replenishing. A lot of people seek it, but not everybody can or should, let's say, have access to it. And that's the strongest thing that your future spouse wants to say. And it did come through immediately in your reading, where they know you have high energy and they understand your cycles, again, your moon cycles. And so they're quite protective of it. I'm seeing a masculine suddenly like cloak a divine feminine. Your masculine could have a water energy. You could be fire, they could be water. And it kind of feels like they know your power and they seek to protect it. It's the strongest thing about them. And so what they love about you is what they seek to protect. Is the strongest energy coming through, my beautiful divine feminine. So if this resonated with you, I can't speak. If this resonated with you, divine feminine, let me know. I'd love to know about you. And if you feel like this is your energy, and if this does describe you as a feminine and what you believe your future spouse would adore about you, love about you, did this describe you? So Divine Feminine, if you would like to join me over on in the extended, I'd love to have you on there, and we will be looking at loving channeled messages from your future spouse directly from them as a mediumship based reading, including the near future of your love life, so what's currently happening, what is to come, as well as your current future spouse's energy. So where are they at? How are they doing? Anything that we need to know from spirit as to their current energy. So Divine Feminine, I'm so grateful to have spent time with you here today at the time that you're watching this reading. I'm sending you so much love, so many blessings. Please like, share, subscribe, comment down below, click the notification bell so that you know each and every time that I post a reading here on YouTube. Connect with me over on Instagram for your very own personal reading. All of the info is in the description box, and I send you so much love again, and I'll see you in the next reading or over on in the extended. Bye, guys. Hey, beautiful souls. Welcome to those of you that have chosen the second pile. I'm so happy to be doing this reading for you. So thank you so much for spending time with me. I can feel that you're a very grounded spirit. It kind of feels like you're very steady. You might love your routine. You might have, lots of earth in your chart. And yeah, I'm hearing elements. So you may enjoy kind of pleasing your senses is what it feels like. So, good food, nice perfume. It feels like Divine Feminine. I'm channeling a very steady energy. Now, the most beautiful thing that they find about you, the thing they love the most about you, is I'm channeling a sense of self that you have, Divine Feminine. So you knowing who it is that you are very well, and it feels like you don't change that. That's something very beautiful, that you remain authentic in your character. Now I'm hearing dignity. I'm getting your what's the word I'm looking for? Your moral compass. Thank you. And it's all of the messages. 1144 at the time that I'm recording this reading, Divine Feminine. So that's your angel number. And kind of feels like you're slow moving in a very steady and grounded way. And it really feels like you're a beautiful friend. So I'm not only channeling the energy of, I'm hearing marriage material. I'm not only channeling the energy of your future spouse and your divine counterpart, and this often happens in these readings where when I'm guided to tap into your future spouse's perception of you, sometimes the collective around your spouse or the collective around you at the time that you come together kind of comes through as kind of this extended energy, right? And so it feels like you're very grounded and stable. And what they love about you is your sense of style and your sense of loyalty. There's a strong energy of how trustworthy and loyal you are. So, wow, okay. They're suddenly showing me a memory coming from your future spouse where they may have been in situations where they possibly found themselves or were in, very stable commitments. I'm not only getting this for a relationship, I'm also receiving this for family. It feels like their trust was severely broken to a point of perhaps humiliation. So this is an energy coming through feminine. And it feels like there's a sharp contrast between that energy and their perception of you, your energy, divine feminine. You're very trustworthy. Feels like you're very, I'm hearing brilliant. That's lovely. Very brilliant. So you could be very hardworking in all that you do. That also came through for pile 1. True love and wedding. So they understand. They're coming through and they're saying they understand that you are the one. They recognize that you are the one, not only through the strong chemistry of this strong soulmate bond between you and them, but also kind of your patience and the peace that comes from within you. It's a very steady, loving, kind, and nurturing energy. You might be a feminine who enjoys loving others or showing others love through kind, compassionate acts of service. Okay, this might be cooking, just an example. Yeah, feeding people. It feels like you took your time. You took your time to get to know them. Is the energy coming through? And you just showed how genuine, real, that's the energy. You're real. You're real, you're honest, you're trustworthy. And, you know, a lot of things are coming through about your physical appearance as well. So in terms of your style, the way you combined clothing or patterns, perhaps you enjoy high quality clothing, that's coming through. So beautiful satin, lovely sense of style, but there's something where your style matches your personality, and I think that's what they're trying to say here, where you're adored for who you are and all your quirks, and you don't hide that, you don't try to diminish it, you don't let others judge you. I think you very much stay present, you stay focused on the good that's coming through, and it feels like, you know, wow, you're definitely somebody who forgives. You forgive, you don't forget, but it's like your self-focus is what makes you highly attractive to your future spouse. And at the same time, the way you express your love, but again, it's not a lot of energy coming from the throat chakra versus the amount of energy coming from the root. And yeah, I'm getting a sense of time passing by. I'm getting a sense of slow living, intentional living. Thank you, Spirit. I'm getting a strong sense of, you know, we live once, we must, I don't know, I'm remaining grateful. So you could have a very strong sense of gratitude. I feel like there's either a practice of prayer that you do, or it's all of these very intangible things coming through where you could meditate, or you take your time to get to know your spouse, and so you know highly detailed things about them that not everybody knows about, including their immediate family members. So Spirit is saying yes, but the yes came through in a whispered way, so your voice could be highly soothing. You may enjoy poetry. There is something artistic about you that I'm channeling. You could even be trying to, at the moment, release yourself from, this won't resonate with everyone, but I will channel the energy of someone who is trying to release themselves from either a job or a situation that is not entirely fulfilling. And it's almost like someone is coming through from the other side to guide you. So there's a sudden energy coming through divine feminine for someone very specific out there who needs to hear a message of hope and healing, because it feels like you might feel stuck in this, and they're saying their light will cut. It's like you'll be transported out of this. Okay, so don't worry, you'll make it out of the situation. Okay, so feminine, it feels like you're assertive with what it is that you seek. You're very assertive with, how honest. I'm hearing blunt. Blunt, okay. You could have Aries in your chart, perhaps an ascendant, rising sign. It feels like you're getting the card reconsider. And the card here portrays, an angel kind of reflecting on a sword. And kind of you take your time to make decisions. I'm being shown the Justice card through my crown. And you're getting you're getting 2 no cards in the reverse. So you take your time, you're very hardworking, and you understand the concept of cultivation, right? So not only in your pentacles, so to speak, but also your connections, your friendships, perhaps family connections. I think soul family is very strong for you. So for some of you, divine feminine, your friendships are your family. Compared to perhaps your family members, that's not going to resonate with each and every one of you, but it is coming through to show that you treat others like family. You treat your future spouse like family, and it's almost like you immediately take them in. They felt cared for. And it's like, I'm hearing you deserve so much, and I'm suddenly feeling emotional, divine feminine. It's like there's a future spouse coming through who wants to admire you. You're getting 2 no cards in the reverse and 1 yes card upright. I love this. You've forgiven so much, and it feels like you've healed a lot recently. And it feels like your future spouse is taking the time to just look at you, just admire your energy without saying much. And you'll find this from your future spouse as kind of this love language, this quiet, let's say, nonverbal way of showing their love to you through observation, through admiration. And the strongest thing that they love about you, divine feminine, is your ability to listen to yourself, I think, and to trust. Not only your trustworthiness, but I think your ability to just look for, the light, the bright side, no matter what. But it's coming through in such this emotional way, because it feels like I'm meant to mirror this energy to you today, where you carry a strong light, and you perhaps don't always see that within yourself. I know, wow, 11:55, just as I look at the timestamp, it's this energy of a being who carries strong light, but perhaps sees a lot of darkness due to it. Divine feminines who are light workers, for example, receive a lot of spiritual attacks, and it feels like there's a sense of protection from the other side again, right? So you have a lot of people on the other side rooting for you, taking care of you, working alongside you is a specific message for someone. And your future spouse finds you to just be kind of this glimpse of hope, okay, in dark times. So when you really need to pull through, right, you do. When you really need to show up, and you really need, or people need you, you show up. And again, it goes with the sense of trustworthiness that I feel. Just as I say that, divine feminine, the word trust, the card trust comes through. So that is, and remain positive. How beautiful. So that was your reading, divine feminine. This was so beautiful, and I truly hope that this resonated with you. Let me know, does this sound like you, divine feminine? I'm sending you so much love. I will go ahead and jump into the extended reading. Now, in this extended reading, we will be looking at loving, channeled messages directly from your future spouse. So this is going to be a mediumship-based channeled message directly from them. Then we will be looking at the near future of your love life. So what's currently happening, what is the current energy of your love life, and what is to come in the near foreseeable future. And lastly, we will be looking at your future spouse's current energy. So what's going on with them? How are they doing? What are they going through? And anything else that Spirit finds, us, anything else that Spirit wants us to see. So that is going to be in the extended. The link is down below, pile number 2, and I hope to see you on there. I'm sending you all so much love. Thank you for spending time with me here today, Divine Feminine. Please like, share, subscribe, comment down below if you feel guided to. And for your very own personal reading, all of the information is in the description box, and I hope to see you in the next pick a card. Bye, guys. Beautiful souls. Welcome to those of you that have chosen the third pile. Now, the first thing that I'm receiving as this channeled message is that you are, I don't know why I'm hearing template. It's like you are the perfect match to your future spouse. And I feel like I'm hearing approval. A lot of individuals around this future spouse, I'm hearing a gasp. A gasping sound where they are so surprised that you are literally the female or the feminine version of your future spouse. And it's coming through in a way where this is such a concrete energy. It's clear to see that you are the female version of your future spouse. And this comes into play of what it is that they love, they admire the most about you, Divine Feminine. Wow, you're getting the Empress card. It's that your beauty shows not only internally and externally. It's like you are a divine Empress, a Divine Feminine, not only as it resides in your physical beauty, and I'm also getting you're very graceful, so perhaps you move slowly, perhaps you move very intentionally, and I'm really getting a feminine because they're showing me the Justice card through my crown, that you might be a feminine that thinks of the kind of the higher benefit for all, and through Justice card, it's kind of like your scales are very much balanced and you're able to make pure, I'm hearing wise, very wise decisions that are based on both the mind and the soul, right? So based on both your intuition, but also what seems to be the genuine logical solution. And it feels like you're very service oriented. So it feels like there's a feminine here that I'm connecting with who is very much of service to her future spouse. And this divine masculine coming through is very grateful more than anything that you can match their loyalty, Spirit is specifically saying, and their energy. So I haven't gotten any other card yet, Divine Feminine, and it's just this energy is almost crispy clear, okay, is the energy coming through. It's like you are so dedicated, thank you, Spirit, to your future spouse, to your divine counterpart, who is of a very strong and sturdy masculine energy, but it feels like there's a strong solar, I call it solar flare, right? So there could be some Leo-like energies within both of your charts. However, you may have more of this Venusian quality, whereas they might be more of a water sign-esque. And earthbound. Spirit is saying Spirit. So take that as it resonates, my beautiful Divine Feminine. Of course, these are just energies, right? I'm looking beyond the zodiac sign. But I do strongly feel like you're very fair. It feels like you listen and you don't judge. That's what I'm hearing. We listen, we don't judge. It feels like you are slow to make judgments because, yeah, I'm hearing neutral. It's like you want to listen to your future spouse, and that's something so strongly coming through. It's like you're such a beautiful, wise, and radiant spirit. They keep on showing me the Justice card. It's like it stayed in my mind's eye. And not only that, you might be very beautiful, okay? So very physically attractive individual coming through, perhaps fine features, perhaps this brighter skin complexion. And this has been coming through for a collective here, where even if you are of a dark complexion like me, divine feminine, you might have brightness to you. And that oftentimes does come with a Leo-like astrological sign, where I've noticed that a lot of Leo ascendants, for example, right? So the mask you wear, your physical appearance, as it does kind of depend on your ascendant rising sign. A lot of Leo ascendants, and I'm seeing a white butterfly right outside of my window. So there's a beautiful spirit coming through to talk about this transformative experience. But before we get into that, so many messages, divine feminine, wow. And they're coming through so clearly as well. A lot of Leo ascendants have kind of this brightness to them, even if they are of a dark skin complexion. You might find some natural highlights to their hair. You might find naturally glowing faces, okay? So yeah, and they're showing me kind of this golden frequency. So that's very beautiful. Thank you, Spirit. So you have this golden frequency that could be quite blinding to some. And with this, it's almost like you search for truth in everything. So you're a very fair individual who listens. You could even be a counselor, a psychologist. You could work with, I'm hearing minors, you could work with children, or you could work with other feminines. So take that as it resonates. But it feels like your future spouse loves that you are with them, okay? You're a strong collaborator, my beautiful divine feminine. We haven't even gotten another card out yet because this Empress card was so strong. It's almost like you hold it down, divine feminine. You hold it down, 10 of Wands in the reverse. You're very protective of your family. You're very protective of those that you love, and it really shows. I think that you are very much an anchor spirit to those that you love. And I want to mirror this to you today, divine feminine. I keep on getting a star quality to you, but it's also very grounded, and I feel humbled. It's almost like you're a humbling spirit, you're a humbling soul. You shine, but it's also like your future spouse loves that. It's your core values. Thank you, Spirit. It's your core values. So what they love so much and admire, right, about you is that at the end of the day, what matters to you is family, community building. You could be a strong leader, okay? You could have the gift of leadership. It feels like you, again, search for the highest truths and you're of service, but wow, 6 of Swords. Yeah, I think it almost feels like you enjoy the simple things in life. You really do. Look at that, the Sun card. The Sun card here to confirm. Thank you, Spirit. Yeah, Archangel Michael's presence is very strong at the moment, divine feminine. So you may have been connecting with his spirit, his frequency. It almost feels like you're very withdrawn towards those you love. So you love them, you protect them, you see them first, right? You seek them first as well. And it's like it almost, I'm suddenly getting an energy of a feminine who smells BS. So it's like you see through people's lies, and oh my goodness, divine feminine, just as I'm channeling this energy, you're getting the Queen of Swords. You see through people's deceptive ways. And I think that this is something that your future spouse appreciates, where you hold it down for your tribe. It's almost like this goes beyond the future spouse, as it kind of extends over into the family environment. So you might find yourself being a strong pillar energy for your spouse. And again, I shuffled and the Empress wants to come through again. So not only your beauty, Spirit is saying, but your brains. So you might be very intentional with your words. You might constantly be moving forward. Again, Archangel Michael coming through to establish his presence in this reading. I'm being shown selenite, so you might love selenite, right? Selenite is for, oh my goodness, just I was going to say clarity. The Ace of Swords comes through. Wow. So you're constantly thinking of a way forward. You're constantly thinking of how it is that you can move not only yourself forward, right? So perhaps, for example, a deepening of abundance for yourself and for, foundations. This could pertain to finances. This could pertain to finances or the building of foundations as it pertains to finances. So do take it as it resonates, because there is a strong energy of sturdiness here in relation to the third dimensional layer. But it's like you think of novel ways to move yourself forward in whatever it is that you're doing, which does feel like you're crowning. It feels like at the time that you're watching this reading, you're meant to hear that this is crowning and something is significantly moving upwards in life. So you could be graduating soon. I know that May is right around the corner and many people are graduating, like myself, Divine Feminine. So yeah, you hold the sword though, so it feels like you have answers to a way in which you can move forward, Divine Feminine. But the strongest thing that we need to hear about this specific message is that you not only do this for yourself, but you think about the immediate people around you. Spirit is very loudly saying yes in my left ear. So it's like, wow, it's like you bring people along with you. So this could be, your parents, this could be your children, this could be, a cousin, needs help, or your partner, your future spouse, your divine masculine counterpart is so grateful that you consider them, you fight for them, both in the third dimension and the fifth dimension, to move the family forward, to move yourself and your community forward. And that's exactly what they love and admire most about you. And this is such a strong energy. Archangel Michael came through. So Divine Feminine, this was such a beautiful reading. I will immediately jump into the extended reading where we will be looking into a loving, channeled, mediumship-based message directly from your future spouse, after which we will be looking at your current love life and the near future. So what is to come in the immediate future in your love life, Divine Feminine, as well as your future spouse's current energy. So what is going on with them? How are they doing? Anything that Spirit wants to reveal to us if they're currently thinking of you. So Divine Feminine, join me over on in the extended reading. I'd love to spend more time with you. The link is below in the description box for your very own personal reading. All of the info is over there as well. Please like, share, subscribe, comment down below. Let me know what it is that you think. Did this speak to your personality? Did this speak to your current energy and what you imagine your future spouse to love and admire most about you? Thank you so much for all of your comments. I'm so blessed to have you here on the channel. I'm sending you so much love, Divine Feminine, and I will go ahead and begin your extended reading. Bye, guys.